Artlist.io.
We are going to discuss now main syllable data information. So if you see this, first I will bring data and I will explain later. Answer the question on the basis of the information given below. The
Music licensing reimagined.
From 5 recycling plants located at Adikonam, Madhyakonam, Kumpakonam, Anantakonam, and Nayapur. Respectively, each recycling plant has a certain capacity for recycling industrial waste, which is exactly met. The capacity of Adikonam is 600 units, the Madhyakonam is 800 units, and Kumbakonam is 500 units, and Anantakonam is 900 units, and Nayapur is 450 units. The arrow head indicates the direction flow of the industrial waste through the pipelines. The maximum capacity of each pipeline is 2000 units. The slack in the pipeline is defined as the extra flow that is required in the pipeline to bring it to its full capacity. In note, they are given the word slack. So most of them you will not understand the meaning of slack here. First, I will explain. So, I will take one example and I will explain. Suppose in the question clearly they mention each pipeline capacity is how much? 2000. So for example, these are all the industrials. Here some industrial, all industrials are there. All industrial wastage come to this junction. All industrial wastage will come to this junction. Then this Purnapul is a junction. This junction will distribute that all industrial waste two ways, two routes. In first route, I have some recycling plants that will be Adikonam, Madhyakonam, Anantakonam, and Nayapul. But in second route, I have only Kumbakonam recycling plant. So what happened means, for example, Purnapul to Adikonam one pipeline is connected. Even Adikonam to Madhyakonam one pipeline is connected. Madhyakonam to Anantakonam is to one connected. Then like that. Each pipeline capacity, for example, just for understanding, this capacity will be 2000 liter I can send industrial wastage. Here also I can send 2000 liter. Here also I can send 2000 liter. Here also I can send 2000 liter. That is the capacity of the pipe. Okay, that is the capacity of the pipe. Each pipe capacity will be 2000. But what is the meaning of slack then? Say for example, I will explain. For example, this pipeline capacity will be 2000 liter. So first I will send 2000 liter. 2000 liter. First I will explain. Then if I send 2000 liter, Adikonam total 2000 liter pipeline I will send in a pipeline. But in Adikonam recycling plant, the capacity of that plant recycling only 600 liters. That 600 liter it received from this pipeline, remaining it flows as it is to Madhyakonam. Remaining how many liter it throws to Madhyakonam? 600 out of 2000 liter, it keeps 600 liter for recycling. Remaining 1400 liter it send to Madhyakonam. Now, actually this pipeline capacity is 2000 liter, but it flows only 1400 liter now, which means remaining gap is there. In that pipe, remaining gap is there. That is called slack. Slack meaning, so that capacity of the pipe is 2000, but water flows only 1400. The slack will be here 600 is a slack. Now I will explain again. So here how much slack? Zero. No slack. It full flow. Here if I send Adikonam to Madhyakonam 1400 liter, 800 liter it keeps. 800 liter it keeps. Out of 1400 liter, 800 liter keeps. Remaining 600 liter only it will send. Then 600 liters, but the slack is, I mean, what is the slack? Because that pipeline capacity is 2000, then 1400 liter is a slack. 1400 liter is a slack. It receives 600 liter, but actually this capacity is 900. Still we required. It received. This is the diagram. But I hope you understand this. Here also, this pipeline also I can send 2000 liter. But if I take here total capacity of this all 600, 800 to 1400 plus 1400, 2300, 2300, 2800, 3250 is the total plant size. So all capacity if I add, it will be 3250. Now I have sent over 2000 liter in this direction. Now remaining 1250 I can send it here. If I send 1250 in this road, 500 it will keep, which means here the gap will be 750, means slack. Out of 1250 it will keep 500, remaining 750 it will 700. 500 plus 700, 750 it will shape here. 750 if I send it here, 1250 is a slack. Out of what 750, it already received 600 from Madhya Konam to Ananta Konam. Remaining 300 only it required. So out of 750, 300 it received. So now 300 received, remaining 450 here it will send. So here gap will be 1550 slack. That will be your diagram. Just I'm explaining a diagram. I hope from this concept you understand what is the meaning of slack, what is the pipeline concept of data interpretation. So let's solve. Based on this, we will solve some questions. Then you will understand how to solve the questions. Okay, so let's take it first question. Read first question. You'll understand after reading this question. Just read this question. The question they're asking, what? So one more thing I need to explain here. So I know I need to explain one more thing here. So here you have to understand few keywords from this data interpretation. Um, Whenever if you need minimum slack, minimum slack, then you have to send full water. For example, minimum slack is 0, then I have to send more water. Whenever if you want minimum water flow, then maximum slack. Okay, minimum flow if you send, maximum slack will happen. Minimum flow, for example, here you sending minimum flow, then maximum slack you will get. Reverse order. So this keyword you should remember. Now see this question. We will solve based on this question. You can understand easily. What is the maximum possible slack in the pipeline connecting Kumbakonam and Anantakonam? So Kumbakonam, Anantakonam here. Maximum possible slack. Maximum possible slack means minimum I have to send. Yes or no? Minimum flow of water I have to send. So I already explained that total if I add all the plant, it will be 3250. I will send in first diagram already explained in previous slide. So directly I can take that data. So same data I'm explaining here. So this is the data as it is, this data. Minimum flow, maximum slack I required means minimum flow I have to send this route. Minimum road, here I will send it 2000. Then minimum I have to send 1250. I can't send less than that because here total if I add it is equal to 3250. Here if I send 2000 in this road, here I have to send minimum flow because I want maximum slack. So maximum slack will be 1250 between Kumbakonam to Anantakonam. Okay, Kumbakonam to Anantakonam will be so 1250. So none of the, so I have here 1250. So that will be your answer 1250. I hope it is clear. Okay, minimum you just opposite that you can easily you can tell your answer will be that. Okay, so that will be your answer. I think it's clear for everyone. 1250. First question clear. Second question will go. See in this second question what you have. If the pipeline connecting Kumbakonam and Anantakonam has a slack of 800, they are given directly here. ಅವರೇ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. So this slack ಅವರೇ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ 800. Slack ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ 800. Fine. Units. Then what is the supply of waste from Purna Pool to Adikonam? Very important question also, important thing also. So you have to just pause and you also think, if I sent 800, I told you, even if you, I will explain you concept, first diagram, I will take it first slide. If you observe here, if you observe here, if I add slack with the flow, it will be 2000. If I add slack with the flow, it will be 2000. If I add slack and water flow, it will be 2000. If I add slack and water flow, it will be 2000. So using this concept, now I want slack will be in this question. I want in the question they are given 800 is the slack, which means I have to send water will be, tell everyone, yes, very good, 1200 liter I have to send. Now, see now, after I keep it 500, remaining I will send it 1200 here. See, ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಯ್ತು ವಾಟರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಇಂಡಸ್ಟ್ರಿಯಲ್ ವೇಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಆಯ್ತು 500 ಲೀಟರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡೆ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ 1200 ಲೀಟರ್ ನ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆಷ್ಟು 1700 ಲೀಟರ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋದೆಷ್ಟು 1700 ಲೀಟರ್ ಇಯರ್ ಸ್ಲಾಕ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 300 ಲೀಟರ್ okay here slack will be 300 liter total ಇರೋದೆಷ್ಟು 3250 total ಇರೋದೆಷ್ಟು 3250 so ಈ ರೂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1700 ಐ ಆಮ್ ಸ್ಪೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ 1700 ಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀನಿ ಕಳ್ಸಿದೀನಿ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಳ್ಸಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1550 ಇಫ್ ಐ ಸಬ್ಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೊ ಈ ರೂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಳ್ಸಿದೀನಿ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ 1550 ಕಳ್ಸಿದೀನಿ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿರೋದೇನವರು ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ದೇರ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಸೊ ಪೂರ್ಣ ಪುಲ್ ಟು ಆದಿಕೋನಂ ಸೊ ಪೈಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಕಳ್ಸಿದ್ದಾರೆ ವಾಟ್ಸ್ ದ ಸಪ್ಲೈ ವಿಚ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ 1550 ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸೆಂಡಿಂಗ್ okay if the pipeline connecting Kumbakonam to Anantakonam is a slack of 800 units what is the supply of waste from Purnapul to Anantakonam so your answer will be 1550 so none of these I hope you understand this question. So we'll come to next question. Again see this question. What is the maximum slack in the pipeline connecting to Madhyakonam to Anantakonam? Madhyakonam to Anantakonam maximum slack I need. Maximum I can send 200. With first diagram if you see you can get to know that. Otherwise if I need to explain again once again 2000 I can send here. So maximum in this route I can send 2000 only. Maximum slack, okay, maximum slack is how much? I need to find out maximum slack. So the maximum slack if I need, so maximum slack I want, which means minimum water I have to send it. So 2000 I can send here so that I can solve it easily this question. Easy question. So you think how to solve this question. Okay, very simple question. Minimum slack, maximum. Very important. So what is the maximum slack pipeline that you have to find out? Very simple. See this question. I will explain, don't worry, just you try. So maximum supply. Minimum slack if you need, maximum. What is the maximum slack? Here, maximum or minimum slack. Question typing wrong. According to options, it is a minimum slack. Minimum slack. Minimum slack in the pipeline connecting Madhyakonam to Anantakonam. Yes. Minimum slack if you need, you have to send maximum. You have to send maximum. Maximum I can send 2000. Here 600 means here it will be 1400. 1400 if I out of 800 it will keep 600. So here maximum slack will be 1400. So maximum slack will be 1400. That will be your answer. Very simple. See, it's a mains concept, but easily once if you understand this concept easily you can solve it. Otherwise, it you feel difficult. So your answer will be 1400 is a maximum slack. Maximum send ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Then what is the sum of the slacks in all the pipeline combined? Another question. See, ಇದ್ರ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಈಗ. ಎಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಸ್ಲಾಕ್ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ I have to send maximum water flow. So according to first one also I will send it to 2000. Second route also I will send it 2000. ಆಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. 2000 ಅಂದ್ರೆ it will be 600, remaining will be 1400 ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 600 is a slack. ಇಲ್ಲಿ 800 ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು 600 ವಾಟರ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 1400 is a slack. 600 900 ಅನಂತ ಕೋನಂ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ, ಬಟ್ 600 ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತು. ಇನ್ನು 300 ಬೇಕು. ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ 2000 ಇಯರ್ ಸ್ಲಾಕ್ ಇಸ್ 0, ಇಯರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಸ್ಲಾಕ್ ಇಸ್ 0. 500 ಇದು ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ, 1500 ನ ಸೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1500 ಅಂದ್ರೆ 500 ಸ್ಲಾಕ್. ಈ 1500 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ 600 ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ, ಇನ್ನ 300 ರಿಸೀವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೆ. ಇನ್ನ 1200 ಲೀಟರ್ ಇದು ಸೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ. ನೀವು ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಬಹುದು 450 ಅಲ್ವಾ ಸರ್ 1000, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಈಗ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು. ರೀಸೈಕಲ್ ಇದನ್ನ ಈ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ನ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. 450 to 1200 ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೇಳಿಲ್ಲ. ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದಿದ್ರೆ 450 ಮೈನಸ್ 1200 ಇನ್ನ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ 750 ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ನಾವು. 750 ಇನ್ಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಬಟ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಸ್ಲಾಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪೈಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಸಮ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ 600 ಪ್ಲಸ್ 1400, 2000 ಪ್ಲಸ್ 800, 2800 ಪ್ಲಸ್ 500, 3300. ಸೊ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪೈಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಸ್ಲಾಕ್ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 3300. That will be your answer. I hope it is clear. Next, one more question. See now. Due to snag ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಏನು? ಮಡ್, ಪಾಚಿ ಅಂತೀವಲ್ವಾ ಅದು. ಸೊ ವಾಟರ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಪೈಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ನಾಗ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಅಥವಾ ಮಡ್ ಅಥವಾ ಪಾಚಿ. ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಪೈಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಪೂರ್ಣಾಪುಲ್ ಟು ಆದಿಕೋನಂ. ಪೂರ್ಣಾಪುಲ್ ಟು ಆದಿಕೋನಂ ಈ ಪೈಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಮಡ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ 20%. Okay, the maximum capacity of the pipeline fell by 20%. So water flow ಆಗೋದು ಈಗ ಪಾಚಿ ಕಟ್ಟಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಮೊದಲು ವಾಟರ್ ಫುಲ್ ಫ್ಲೋ ಆಗ್ತಿತ್ತು, ಈಗ 20% ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. ಫೈನ್. ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಲಾಕ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಪೈಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಕುಂಭಕೋಣಂ ಟು ಅನಂತಕೋಣಂ? ಸಿ, ಈ ಪೈಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಇದನ್ನ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ 3250. ಅದು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರೋ ಡೇಟಾ 3250 ಫುಲ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲೂ ಕಳಿಸಬಹುದು ನಾನು. ಟೋಟಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲೂ ರೀಸೈಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ 3250 ಕಳಿಸಬಹುದು ನಾನು. ಸೊ ಈಗ ನಾನು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ರೂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ 2000 ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರೆ 20% ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗೋಗಿದೆ ಈಗ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು 20% ಆಫ್ 2000 ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 400 ಯೂನಿಟ್ಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗಿದೆ. 1600 ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನಾನು ಕಳಿಸಬಹುದು ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1600 ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಸೆಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ದಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 1650. Okay, how much I can send it? 1650 I can send it here. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ 1650 ಕಳಿಸಬಹುದು ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಏನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ? ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಕ್ವಶನ್? ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಸ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಮ್ಯಾಕ್ಸಿಮಮ್ ಕೆಪಾಸಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಪೈಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಸ್ನಾಕ್. ಓಕೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಲಾಕ್ ಇನ್ ದಿ ಪೈಪ್ಲೈನ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಕುಂಭಕೋಣಂ ಅಂಡ್ ಅನಂತಕೋಣಂ ಅಂತ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಸ್ಲಾಗ್ ಎಷ್ಟು? ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1650. ಓಕೆ, 500 ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸೊ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ? 1150 ಕಳಿಸುತ್ತೆ. 1150 ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರೆ ರಿಮೈನಿಂಗ್ ಎಷ್ಟು? 850 ಇಸ್ ದ ಸ್ಲಾಕ್. ಸೊ ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಸ್ಲಾಕ್? 850. ಸೊ ಯುವರ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 850 is the slack. So I hope it is easy. You can do it. I think it's clear for you. So we'll do one more. Yes, I hope you understand this data interpretation. Okay, so you like definitely this data interpretation. If you like, do comment after watching this data interpretation, and if you understand, also like and share with your friends who are preparing for any bank exams. Definitely this data interpretation is one of the recent days you will get. So thank you. We'll meet you one more beautiful session.